Thanks for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts or listen to music. When you have an opportunity, please give us a 5-star review, write a little note, tell us how we're doing. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep this thing going. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Facebook at Hidden Tracks. Instagram is at HiddenTracks99, and if you'd like to send in submissions or talk to us or give us any feedback about what we're doing, our email is myhiddentracks99@gmail. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Max and Rory from the awesome band out of Austin, Vision Arcade. They're a K-pop / boy band.
Correct.
But that may not be what they label themselves as, but you know what? Everybody deserves a subgenre somewhere, so why don't we create our own? But thanks for coming on the show, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us, dude.
Yeah, so I mean, in the world of me fucking up your subgenre, and I know things nowadays kind of got to get labeled and be put on playlists, to be found somewhere online, to be, if you like this, you like this. So I'm going to start right off the bat and see if you guys would, where you think you would label yourselves with a genre, because I'm not going to do it. That's why I threw K-pop boy band.
Right. Yeah, I think it's it's sad to be like, this is what we are. It's like put it in like a box or pigeonhole it, but I definitely would consider us like an indie rock band for sure.
It's a great cop out. I appreciate that.
Cop out, yeah.
No,
but,
no. If you said alt rock, because a lot of people are like, "We're alt rock," I'm like, that doesn't exist anymore. So
exactly, yeah. But yeah, we usually indie rock, but we try to move where we can, and get some other influence, like a little heavier stuff, but also like country and R&B and whatever we can.
Yeah, it's super hard to kind of put yourself or assign yourself a genre, because man, we got so many inspirations, and those kind of filter into the music that we make, and so it's kind of up to whatever the audience thinks, really. But yeah, I say indie rock.
All right, nice. Yeah, I just wanted to start out the show by being a dick and give you guys the opportunity to tell everybody what you're not, right? That there's, my big adage is, it's just fucking music. Go listen to it. You're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. And that's all you need to know about it.
Yeah.
No, totally. Yeah, I think like you were just saying, like, we're definitely not K-pop and we're definitely not a boy band, but maybe that'll change in like 6 months, a year.
Hey, you never know when inspiration strikes, right? And you can change your sound. Now, who wants to give the superhero origin story of how Vision Arcade became a thing?
Yeah, our superhero origin. I wish it was as easy to say as like getting bit by a spider. But yeah, the four of us, we've all known each other for a long time. Evan and Connor, who are the other two guys in the band, they've actually known each other since like first or second grade, which is crazy. And they've been friends for that long. And then the four of us met. I met Rory our freshman year of high school, and we all went to this music school that I used to work at. And me and Rory had the same guitar teacher, and we kind of met through that and also school. And then we kept just hanging out and became friends. And then our senior year of high school, we had this music class together, like haphazardly with just the four of us. And then we just started playing in that class, and we were like, wait a minute, this is kind of baller. We should like keep doing this. And ever since then, we've been just writing and playing shows and having a great freaking time.
When you felt that it was just cohesive and cool to work with, what was the very first name you guys came up with as your fucking
Oh my
name?
God.
You gotta reach through the
I don't even know. What did we say?
It was some
It was
weird.
So bad. Oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you, I have one.
Okay, you go first.
I have one. It's really bad. It's called Urban Stingrays.
Oh God.
So that was my first band name.
Oh yeah. If I pull it to a festival and I saw Urban Stingrays, I'd be like, actually, I might be like, this is kind of sick. I don't know. I think we had something about, I don't even know why we said that. I know the word Manhattan was in there at some point, even though none of us are from New York or live in New York. And I think I'm
Kansas. It could be Kansas as well.
Kansas. It could be Kansas. But I'm the only one who's ever, I think, even been to New York. So like, I don't even know why that was even brought up.
So I'm going to start with you, Rory. When you first started to feel what music could be, do you remember what it was that pulled you in? I always tell my origin musical journey story started with the Beach Boys at 6 years old, hearing, the beautiful melodies. And that was at the moment when I was struck by music and said, I need to, I guess, live my life around music because it was so beautiful. Do you remember what it was for you that hit you and you just said, what is this? And I need to know more.
Yeah, I do actually, man. It's kind of a funny story. So my family, they're all English, right? They all live in England. But my parents were huge fans of Nickelback back in the day. And don't know if that's a red flag or not.
40 million albums sold,
Exactly.
It's not just Nickelback's, Kroger's family just buying them all. So
It's kind of like how like they're like, yeah, they're always like, oh, yeah, McDonald's, even though they sell like 2 billion burgers a year.
Yeah.
Someone's lying.
No one will admit it. Yeah. No one never says, oh, man, I ate at McDonald's today. It was so good. No, you just never admit it.
Exactly.
Man, and so I remember my mom was taking me to school, and she was playing. It was the album with Rockstar on it, and for some reason that just clicked. And I went home that night and actually rewrote my own version of Rockstar. It's called something like "Bats in a Cave" or something like that.
Okay.
And so yeah, that was like the first time where I remember it pretty clearly. I was like, oh my god, what is this? And then there was another time. I'm sure you played Skyrim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Legendary.
Yeah, the score for the video game was. I still listen to it. In fact, last year with my third most listened to song was Winter's Tale or something like that. Yeah, that's what are you, Max?
What a combo.
Yeah, right,
dude. I mean, the Skyrim soundtrack's it's a banger. No, yeah, I think for me, I mean, I have family in the industry, not in like they're in the live music world, not in like they're not business people.
Okay.
But so I grew up around a lot of rock and roll, which I'm very thankful that I did. But it was mostly the heavy hitters of just like 70s that really like got me into it. Like I remember when I was a kid, like I think my mom put in Queen's Greatest Hits with the crown on the front, the gray one that has the lions and stuff.
Yeah, the Queen's Greatest Hits, which consist of 3 fucking CDs, and no one ever realizes that they had so many songs that were hits.
Yeah, that one. And she played that, and I heard best You're My Best Friend, and then I was sold after that. That song, I still to this day is one of my favorite songs ever.
I can see how that hits as a kid. It's a very melodic song that you're just like, it makes you feel happy too.
Yeah, and when mom puts it on, it's like yes. So that was the main start, and then yeah, just like others. I love this. The 70s is like my favorite era of like classic music. Like Zeppelin hit me hard. The Beatles, of course.
Well, it's when guitars finally got turned up, right?
Exactly. You finally hear them.
Yeah, it wasn't that, it wasn't the spacey stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of the 60s and 70s era, but like a 13th floor elevators, which is very fuzzy. And it's like you finally got, when you got to the 70s and you started getting the stuff, like the first person to really turn up the guitar all the way was Hendrix. But everybody bought off of that, and that's when fucking music was like, oh my God, you can hear multiple guitars now. You can hear everything going on. So it was a huge time.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. It's so sick. I couldn't imagine being alive during that time.
I don't. You know what the problem is? I don't think many people would still be alive. Like if you really.
Yeah.
Now, when did you start to find your own way? When you started to find your own sound? Because every kid, growing up, you are attached to music that's playing around you, but there's always that pivotal moment when you start to find your own way, like what you want to listen to that someone else isn't telling you to listen to. Do you remember what that was, Max?
For me, it's still to this day, and it's my boy Jack White. My parents don't understand. Well, my mom does a little bit, but they still don't understand like that era, like the early 2000s garage rock scene, like them and the Strokes and all those other like garage rock bands. But like I found Jack when I was like, one of our really good friends actually showed me him when I was in 6th or 7th grade. And I had never seen anyone play the guitar like he did. And using like, I didn't know effects pedals were a thing until I saw him. And I'd never seen a girl play the drums ever. I didn't know they could do that when I was a kid. And so I finally, when I saw the White Stripes play, I was sold. Like that was it. And I had to learn guitar after I saw him play.
Wow.
So,
how about you, Rory?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Don't pay attention. It's only your interview. It's cool. No.
I got the mind of a goldfish. I'm sorry.
No. Squirrel. When you were growing up and you weren't listening to what was being played in the background in your house. What was it that you first found like on your own where you could make your own way and find music and just be like, this is what's bringing me to the direction I want to go in?
Man, I mean, the first, it's funny because I was always kind of sucked into the mainstream type of music, but Ed Sheeran, his first album was probably the first one I kind of found by myself that nobody kind of showed me. Because there's something about, I'm a huge fan of acoustic, stripped down type of music. And that first album, which I wish he would kind of go back to his roots, to be honest, because the album is just absolutely fantastic. That was probably the first one that truly got me hooked on music, I would say. That and, I love Robert Johnson, like old school blues. And that was Robert Johnson was another one that I found quite shortly after finding Ed Sheeran. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I just fell in love with blues guitar, acoustic or electric. And it's probably those first. It was quite a combo, actually, Robert Johnson and Ed Sheeran.
Now, when you found those, did you want to share them with people or keep them to yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a fantastic question. It was kind of, I showed my dad. I'd say my friends at that time weren't really music people. So it was kind of just, I wasn't like, oh my God, look at this. This is amazing. It was kind of just, keep to my own self, have my own little soundtrack. And I guess I kind of kept it to myself, to be honest.
Do you remember one of the first things you shared with people that you were so excited about and you kind of like had it as you were like a teacher? Because I know people get that. I got that as a kid too. Sometimes like I'd find something and I'd be so excited to share it with people. It's essentially what this show is. I find music that I absolutely love and can't wait to share it with people. Do you remember like something that you found that you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to show my friends. They're going to love this so much, Max?
I think the second I was actually funny you said that because I was thinking about this today. Because I feel like there's been a few times where I've found something or like found a movie or a song or artwork or found something and I'm like, it feels like it was made for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy, they made it just for me. And then our junior, no, when was this one? This would have been 2015, I think. So our sophomore, junior year, the same friend who showed me Jack White, actually, his ex-girlfriend at the time was like shuffling the Spotify thing. And we found this band called Royal Blood, UK like heavy band, and
drummer and guitar player, very like here you are.
Yeah. I know, right? But no, I heard them and I was like, this was made for me. It had to be made for me. But that was where I was like, oh my God, all the boys need to hear this right now. And then I showed it to everybody I know. And all of us became fans. And at this point, we've seen them like live like 6 times, 5 times sometimes. And to this day, I've still like every time, because they just dropped an album last year, I was like showing it to everybody I know. Because I have to support my boy.
Now, was there anybody in your group that didn't like it?
Oh, I don't know about didn't like. I think if I show my friends something and they don't like it, they'll just go, cool, bro.
Oh.
You know what I mean? They're not like,
yeah.
They're not like, this sucks, bro.
See, I have opinionated asshole friends. So like they're not afraid to say this sucks. And I get that huge disappointed feeling like I failed at something.
Yeah.
That's how good my friends are. They make you feel disappointed in yourself. Yeah, no, they are. They have no problem telling you, that's fucking garbage, dude. Don't play that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you, Rory? Do you remember the first thing you got excited to share with people?
It's when I found actually a buddy showed me Culture Wall. I don't know if you know Culture Wall, country artist.
Okay.
So this guy, he made this album. He was like 19 at the time, but he sounded like Johnny Cash. And
he sounds like an old train. It's crazy.
And his songwriting is phenomenal. And so I say when I first discovered my buddy showed me his music. I just went around to all my friends and work colleagues. I'm like, have you listened to this? Like, it's insane how good this guy is. So Culture was probably the first one I started. I was like, you have to listen to this guy if you listen to country or are a fan of songwriting in general.
Well, I just wrote it down, so I'm going to. I'll email you guys later whether or not I'm disappointed in you or not.
Yeah, you
But yeah,
gotta watch a video. You gotta see. He looks like a baby, and then he opens his mouth, and he sounds like an 80-year-old like cigar smoker. It's crazy.
There's one song on his self-titled album called Bald Butte, and that's probably one of my favorite songs ever. It's just I grew up in a family that was a fan of westerns, and my mom, for Christmas she wants a Winchester rifle kind of thing.
yeah,
And,
that's
so
dope.
So,
my mom's a badass, total farm lady, English farm lady. I've lost my train of thought. Like I said, goldfish memory.
Yeah,
There
squirrel,
was,
squirrel.
yeah, there's one time though, actually, when Max showed me a song in high school, um, and it was Pyro by Kings of Leon. And I remember you and I were driving down the Galleria Parkway
shout out Galleria and B Cave.
in Bee Cave,
Woo,
Texas.
woo, woo.
And yeah, Matt's like, dude, you have to listen to this song. And so he starts playing Pyro, and I was like, that was one of the moments. Like, I had this old beat up Tacoma in high school that we bought off my neighbor for like $2,000, and it was just like the epitome of. It made me feel like I was in a movie, especially with the intro drums and that intro lick, and the chorus that goes absolutely nuts. But it's all just like a super melodic, beautiful song. And so that's probably my core memory of a friend of mine showing me music, because that's what stemmed it. Honestly, was that album Come Around Sundown.
Nice. Now, how did music, like, once you started to hear different things? How did you kind of cultivate your own sound when you started playing an instrument, Rory?
So I did take guitar lessons, took singing lessons, but I've always found the best way for me to kind of learn was to kind of just do it myself and figure it out, and then just playing and practicing over and over and over again. I just developed, like took the old school blues licks and just experimented with different pedals and with reverb, different effects. And I mean, I can't really shred like a lot of these like metal players can, but man, there's something about, like texturing on the guitar neck, doing little pull-offs and hammer-ons and little slides, and kind of just that interview with John Mayer when he's like, you got to talk to the audience through the guitar. That's probably one of my favorite ever.
Because it's true.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's so much, and so that's why I kind of focus on with my guitar playing is, speaking through the guitar. And
Well, I can admire and appreciate too that you took it upon yourself. I try to tell people at times that, you ultimately are your own best teacher, and you're your best teacher you're ever going to meet, because no one else can fail for you.
Mhm.
And through failure is where you learn. And, I always say no one else can fail for you. So no one can really teach you. They can give you a basis, but they can't teach you what you yourself need to know.
Yeah, yeah,
True.
that's so true.
Now, how about you, Max? Well, what was it like that started to bring you to the guitar and find your own sound, and how you were going to create what you wanted to do with music?
Yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, my fam is in the industry.
Yeah.
And my dad works on drums, like live drums when he tours and stuff. So when I was a kid, actually, they made me go, when I was like really young, they made me go to drum lessons, and I fucking hated it. I absolutely hated it. And I was like, I would like, in the middle of the lesson, there was like bongos in the corner. I'd be like, yo, can we play the bongos? I would like just wasting my parents' money. And so I was like, screw this. And then I stopped playing music for a little bit. And then when I was in middle school, they tried again. And I was like, still like, fuck that. So I decided to play guitar instead. To just be like, screw you, mom and dad. And I was like 10. It's so stupid. But I fell in love with it. And randomly, my parents aren't musicians at all. Like, they don't play anything. But we had a guitar in the house randomly. I still have it, thank God. But like Rory said, we're not really shred guys. We're not really shredders. And I've never really been like someone who wants to be a speed guy. I've always been more interested in sounding cool and unique and creative instead of sounding like flashy and cool. Because there's so many people who can already do that way better than I could ever do it. So I've always just been like I've been more of a fan of making my guitar sound weird than making it sound good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and unique is, so when I go back through the history of time and you go back through the history of music, right? Well, the reason why there's so many different bands and so many different sounds and the ones that got majorly big and everything was like the uniqueness. It was, but you always kind of had to be the first, right? You had to be the first one to stand out. You had to be the Nirvana that would stand out. And like but there were so many, but you had to be unique. And it didn't matter whether it was a unique guitar sound or a unique drum beat or a unique, you know, bolder bass lines or the singer's voice. But it is, going towards that uniqueness is a huge thing, because otherwise you just fall into how we started the show. You just fall into a genre, fall on a playlist, and you sound like everybody else.
For sure. Yeah, totally. Which is what I'm afraid of like the most, you know? It's just not being like, oh, you're in the band and you sound exactly like how you sound and look. Oh, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't want to be unique where it's people that come out like, I'll say, you know, like a band that I kind of don't get that's fucking huge is Ghost.
Dude, it's so funny you said that, because I was talking to my friend about that the other night.
Like, you look like you come out in this costume and then you sound like Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I think half of their like what you just said, like half of their, not saying their popularity, but like it is like half presentation instead of what it should be, which is just music, you know?
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's another band that I fell in love with as soon as they came out, and now they've kind of gone that road too, was Sleep Token. I don't know if you know who those guys are.
Yeah, actually, I just was playing The Summoning the other day.
Yeah, The Summoning is like the greatest fucking song. Like it's Deftones meets Snow Patrol, and like it's just it's killer. And then the latest album came out, and I'm like, oh, so they're just going Snow Patrol.
Right. They mellowed out.
Yeah.
In The Summoning too, it's like that whole dynamic. If you got like this balls to the wall chorus and then the post chorus part or whatever,
Yeah.
it slows down, and then you get to like this crazy hook at the end of the song.
Yeah. No. You know, take a bite.
Yes.
And I love that, man. But yeah, but it's I wish they'd do more of that, for sure.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. Because that's what made me fall in love with them. And then when I went to I saw them, was it last year? And everyone in the crowd was just people that I wouldn't have pictured at that show.
Yeah. You talking arms crossed, like just standing there?
No, like popped collar boys, like you know,
okay.
crew, and I was just like, oh, this is not what I expected at all. But
yeah, you probably look like the weirdo, even though
I was the weirdo in a HiddenTracks t-shirt, black t-shirt, and fucking backwards hat and fucking jeans. You know, I was the weirdo.
Yeah, I feel.
Speaking of shows, do you? I'll hit it with Rory first, so we don't have Squirrel. Don't have that happening, but. Do you remember the first concert you ever went to, and then the second part of that, the first concert you ever got to pick to go to? Sometimes they're the same, but sometimes they're not.
Well, that's a good question.
Man, my first ever concert was Zac Brown Band.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, when my mom and dad moved me to the USA, it was like the second month we moved here or something like that. And I remember that because this drunk lady was trying to dance with me and my brother, and my mom was like, "Wait for my kid."
Drunk women at Zac Brown had to have been cool though.
Rural North Carolina, man. It's a little wild. It's a lot more great thing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they're wearing wife beaters, and yeah, I get
it. Yeah, and then I say the first concert that I picked to go to was probably, I want to say it was the Royal Blood concert. I think. It was like right when I got my license and finally could get out of the house.
Yeah. The show he's talking about was that band Robo the first time we saw them that same night I was talking about. That was like a religious experience for for us. Because it was like Roy just said, it was like Roy was like the first person I knew who had a car. of our friends, which was like when you get your car for the first friend who has a car, it's like we can do anything, we can go anywhere.
What did he pull up to your house blasting when he did finally pick you up?
Well, I think we probably were blasting because the first Royal Blood album the whole way there. Just, we were like, we got to make sure we know all the words. Yeah, then we went, and they're a British band as well, but they came out. I remember this like it was yesterday. They came out in like full cowboy gear with Simon Says by Pharoah Monk playing the bitchin' hip hop song.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, ever. And then they played their whole first album, like in its entirety, like front to back. And that was it. I think we started the band like a few months later.
Yeah.
Wow. My Royal Blood story is the only reason I've ever seen Queens of the Stone Age. Is because Royal Blood was opening for them. And I was walking through the streets of Portland, Maine. I was up there for work, and I see this long line outside. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Because I'm usually pretty up on what's going on because I would always go to shows whenever I travel for work. I'd be like, all right, instead of sitting in a fucking hotel room all night, I'll find a local venue and go see music. And I'm like, what? I go, excuse me, what's the line for? They're like, oh, Queens of the Stone Age. I was like, oh, okay. And I kept walking. And then I saw a guy had a Royal Blood t-shirt on, and I was like, and I pick up my phone and I look, I'm like, oh, Royal Blood's opening. Okay, well, bought a ticket immediately and got right in the back of the line.
That's so sick. I'm so jealous because that tour, our bass player Evan went with his brother to go see them at Red Rocks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's like Red Rocks, and it was that tour. And Evan is like just the biggest fan of them as we are. So I wish that would have been amazing. Red Rocks is like the dream.
Yeah, that's my final spot. Like to see that in O2. Like I want to go to the O2 to see like Biffy Clyro or something. One of my favorite Scottish bands. Like I want to see someone big in their environment.
I love Biffy Clyro. They're insane.
What was your first concert you ever went to, Max? Was that it? The same? Like,
well, like I said, my dad has been in the industry forever. I've been going to shows since I was like 2.
Yeah.
So
how about the first one you remember then?
The first one I remember was probably Billy Idol when I was like 3 or 4, I think.
I still rock my Billy Idol hoodie everywhere I go.
Oh, keep repping it, bro. He's still going strong. He looks amazing. He's jacked. He's like 75, and he's absolutely jacked.
He's the best. The only thing he's ever done that ever disappointed me was his book. That's it.
Oh, I haven't read his book. I haven't.
Yeah, it's the only thing that disappointed me. It really didn't touch on his drug problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 4 pages. I'm like, wait. And the book was over. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But no, yeah, that was probably the first one. It was either that or Madonna because my dad was working for both of them at the time.
That's awesome.
I remember going to see Madonna because those two shows are so different. Billy's in like the early 2000s. Billy was just like, it was like his second prime,
mm-hmm.
And he was just heavy as hell. And then, but the shows were big, but they weren't like arenas.
No, yeah, I remember at that time he was playing in New York City here, and it was he was playing at the Bowery Ballroom, and I'm like, how is he playing such a small venue? And then, of course, as my at the time girlfriend, now wife, we're trying to get to New York City, and it was a monsoon, and you couldn't get through the tunnel or over the bridges, and I was just like, all right, and we went to fucking Hooters and ate dinner.
Next best thing for sure. But yeah, so I saw Billy, and then saw Madonna, which was like massive arena. It was probably the Forum because I was living in California at the time in LA. Wow. This was probably the Forum, either that or I don't know, somewhere. But it was like full arena show with a full band, full backup like 20 backup dancers, like way different show. But it was still awesome, still badass.
Yeah, it's a spectacle, right? Like I did, at the end of the year, we have our weekly 3 segment, but I do at the end of the year, I do my 3 favorite concerts I attended, 3 favorite music books, all that, and documentaries. And one of my top 3 was I saw Pink last year with my wife, and I walked.
My dad was probably there. He worked for Pink last year.
Yeah, I was at MSG, and I was just like, at the end of the show, I looked at her, I was like, I fucking love Pink.
Yeah, I saw her at ACL last year when she was here.
Fucking killed.
Did she fly over the crowd?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's insane. You know what the crazy part is? Like 2 years ago, I heard in the rehearsing the wire thing, she actually fell from it and broke her hip. And then she just like healed and was like, "I'm doing it again."
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, she's a badass. I love
Yeah,
her.
she's a bad bitch.
Yeah, she's singing like, "Oh, but you're still a rock star," while she's singing.
Yeah. Yeah, floating around doing fucking, circles. I was like, oh my God. I was like, she's my new favorite.
Yeah, she's awesome.
All right, let's get into, might be different for both of you. First thing I want to say is awesome job with Lone Star. It's a fucking heater.
Thanks, man.
And if you had one opportunity to make an impression on someone with your music, what song of yours would you play for them? Could be a complete stranger, or you're sitting down in front of fucking Clive Davis, but you have one opportunity. They say you only get one chance. You have to play me one song of yours. What song are you playing for them?
Damn. Rory, you go first.
That's a good question. From me, it would probably be Youthful Heart, I would think, personally, because that's my favorite song that we've done so far.
See, but that can be different. You can have a favorite song, but it can also be different of what you would play for someone, because a lot of times they are. It's like, hey, this is the one that I would play because I think it would get the most people excited. And then it's like, what's your favorite? And a lot of times they're different, but a lot of times they're not. So I'll allow you to have Youthful Heart as the same one, but I don't want you to pick it just because it's your favorite.
I say the one that sounds the most like us. It's probably Fire Away.
Please don't waste my attraction. I've been thinking about what happens if you hurt me, thinking of running away if you don't ever want to see me. Now I don't know where I want to go. Through the fire I will show. Dark blue holds you when you're feeling weak. Rose red close chat brings you to your knees. And heartfelt goodbye helps to tie the knots. No light green short screen, and you take your shot so far away.
that's like kind of the catalyst for all the stuff that we have going. You know, it's because we all have such different musical inspirations that Fireway truly like encapsulated all of our inspirations put together in one project, and that's probably the best example of who we are, or what all of us sound like put together in one song.
Well, I think that's an important part too. You know, I when you have an entire band of punk rockers, it's all going to sound like punk rock. It's all going to sound the same. But having different influences is always because someone can hear something different and bring something else to it. And I think that also adds to longevity of bands being able to do what they do.
Yeah, and it gives room for, you know, we all write the songs together in the studio, and when we're recording, we all have different inputs on what goes where and what this should sound like and whatnot. And man, there's sometimes we get in there and we're like, oh my god, this sounds amazing. And you know, if we all had the same interest, then we probably never would have, you know, come up with that or had that kind of thought to put into a song, which is really, really fun. And you can get really creative.
Max.
Oof. That Rory stole my pick, I think. So I have to pick a different one. Rory, yeah, Fireway's a great pick for sure because of the influence thing. If I was going to pick one of our songs that are out right now,
yeah,
I'd probably go. I liked Rory's point about the one that sounds like us the most. I'll pick one of our newer ones for this. I'd probably say our song "Hey Honey," because it's so fun to play. It's so driving. I think it's our most stuck in your brain sing alongable song that I think the most amount of people would enjoy. I like that you mentioned Clive Davis because that would be the one I would play for him for sure. And I think he would probably enjoy it the most.
Yeah. And that's, you know, that's where my question, you know, comes from is like, you don't get a second chance, right? A lot of times it's like one song gets played in front of somebody and they throw the fucking CD or tape or whatever it is, fucking USB fucking zip stick somewhere. But that's why I think it's pretty important. I always like to hear what the band will pick as opposed, you know, and a lot of times they differ from what I would play for someone. They differ from, you know, each other, you know, when I have more than one person give me the answer. So
yeah, totally.
Awesome. Well, let's go on to now, Max, you've grown up, so I'm sure there's so much shit around, but is there like a piece of music memorabilia or, you know, a concert ticket, or is there something that it means more to you than anything else of that you own when it comes to music and how important it is to you?
Oof. That's a good question. We have a lot of stuff. I mean, all bands have a lot of stuff, but I still, like I mentioned it earlier, but when I was a kid, randomly, my dad traded our family friend a drum kit for an electric guitar. It's a 95 Strat and it's purple. It's the only purple Strat I've ever seen. I've never seen another one in person that looks like the one that I have looks like. It's like a weird dark purple that looks black, but if you go up next to it, you're like, wait, this is purple. It's not black. And I still have it, and I still play it to this day, and I'm gonna have it probably until I die. And I don't bring it. I used to, when we first started, I would play shows with it, and it's ironically been knocked over like face first onto the ground like 6 times from other people. I've never knocked it over. Everyone else knocks it over. So I'm too scared to bring it places now, so I leave it at home and practice, but I don't take it anywhere anymore.
Smart move.
Yeah, it scares me. It's like my baby, so I try to protect it.
Rory, how about you? Do you have some sort of musical memorabilia or instrument that just means the most to you?
Man, I got a couple, man. I mean, my guitar, I have I think it's a 2008 Fender Strat that my dad got for me when we moved to Austin, Texas. And he, you know, it was like the real guitar, because I had a Squier before that, but it wasn't a proper Strat. And you know, I've had it for so long that it's kind of a Frankenstein now. You know, I put Van Zandt pickups in it. I did it custom pick guard, new pots. new hardware, and it's a beautiful guitar, and I just want to keep building it. So that's probably the one that will never ever go anywhere. I'll never sell it. It'll always be with me. But I also have an Eric Clapton T-shirt that from his, I think it's his 70th anniversary tour or something.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe 50th. 70 sounds too old. But I got a but my dad got it for me, and that was one of the, I think it was like my second or third concert I ever went to.
That's
just
awesome.
And yeah, so
Yeah, concert T-shirt. I love that.
That's a good pick for sure.
All right, I think I know the answer to this question. Maybe from more so Max, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Rolling Stone categorized it as your favorite band. I look more towards a band that never lets you down. Like whenever you don't know what you want to listen to, you just know you want to listen to music. It's the band or artist that you constantly put on. Max, I'm guessing Royal Blood, but it could be something different.
Damn. I mean, that's a good question. Yeah, so like Royal Blood's always been a good pick. Their third record, they went kind of like they had some dance elements, which was still.
I was gonna say it went a little poppy. It went a little.
Nothing, no shit against that album, but that if someone said like who has the perfect discography, that I wouldn't say Royal Blood, maybe because of that. But lately, as Roy knows, I can't stop listening to Nothing But Thieves. I don't know if you know them in the UK. And I found them like 10 years ago when they dropped their first record, and it was awesome. But I totally forgot I just missed. I don't know how, but I missed the rest of their catalog as I grew with them. And then like 2 months ago, I was like, wait a minute, I haven't heard Nothing But Thieves in forever. And then they're on their fourth album now, and I was like, I have so much to listen to. And the 3 albums they've put out since then are just absolutely stellar. Every album is amazing. So that's the thing that pops in my head first when you say that question.
How about you, Rory? Band that never lets you down.
Whoa, man, that's a tough one. For me, the artist that I'll come back to always is probably John Mayer. Continuum is in my top 5 albums of all time.
Banger pick.
Yeah, I say John Mayer, but Kings of Leon.
I thought he was going to say Kings of Leon.
But yeah, John Mayer is also one of my biggest inspirations. So
I get it. Yeah. Kings of Leon, I have a love-hate relationship with. I've had tickets 3 times to see them, and all 3 times they canceled. So
what? No way!
Damn.
Yeah, all 3 times. Caleb got a fucking wild hair up his ass, and they fucking stopped the door, and he was done. And it was like, you know what? I'm done.
That sucks, dude.
That's crazy though.
Yeah,
I've only seen them one time, and it was at a festival. And I had to leave early. It was my fault. But they just, I don't know if you saw, but they just announced their tour first date in Austin, and I will definitely be trying to go to that.
Yep. My buddy's like, hey, I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm like, listen, they had me for a time in my life, and now I'm done. Like you piss me off, you kind of lose me forever. I'm that guy that can just fucking write someone out of their life and be okay with it. And I'm like, and that's kind of what I did with Kings of Leon. I have tried to listen to the new album, and I'm,
that's the thing. When they dropped Mustang, man, I was like, I wasn't the biggest fan, to be honest. But then again,
yeah,
it's their music.
The whole album hasn't come out yet, I don't think.
It hasn't come out yet, but I've heard a lot of it, and I'm just like, here's my theory on it, and when you guys hear the full thing, you can give me yours. But it's like, okay, they're the people that figured out their recipe to make music, and all they're doing now is oversalting it, and now it's just becoming bland, and it's like, I don't want to eat this anymore. That's, that would be, if I were writing for Pitchfork or something, that would be my description of it.
Right. And I totally can see that. But
I would say that
fingers crossed.
Sorry. I did see Kings of Leon one time when they came on tour in Austin, man. And they sounded exactly like the record, which I was talking with one of my old coworkers, and he's like, it's a good thing, but it's also kind of a bad thing.
Yeah, because you have the record.
Yeah, exactly. And
but you also don't want to get a Billy Corgan Smashing Pumpkins I'm going to change the entire song of 1979 and play a version that I want to play, and it sounds nothing like the song you want to hear. You could get that too, and that's just horrible.
Yeah.
A band that does a great job of never sounding like their record, and it's almost like they always play at 1.5 clicks up from how they recorded, and that's Manchester Orchestra. Like you listen to their album, it's fucking phenomenal. You go see them, it's fucking phenomenal, and it sounds sort of the same, but you can feel that it's way different.
Yeah, for sure. That's sick. I've never seen them live, but sounds like I need to.
Yeah, they are. I saw them the one year. I think I saw them 4 times because it was just weird how they were jumping around. Like they played a fairground here, and then they played in the city at Sony Music Hall, and then they played somewhere else where I was traveling. And I was like, I think I saw them 4 times this year. I was like, and 3 of their shows are in my top 5 shows of the year. Like, and and I see at least every year I see at least 100 to 150 bands. So I'm like, fuck, man, that's how good they were.
That's sick. Well, it sounds like, definitely going to be on my list of people to see.
What if they come to Austin too?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, don't miss them. I always they will fucking they'll knock your dick off. Like that's how good they are.
That's what I want. So
yeah. All right. Meteor's going to crash into the earth in 5 minutes, and you can only listen to one song before everything ends. What song are you listening to?
What kind of question is that, dude?
It's too many, man. It's too many songs. Wait, hold on.
Wait, no, I actually have a pick. But Rory, you go first.
I'm gonna ask the Meteor for 6 minutes.
Okay. Fine, I'll go first. It's between 2 songs. It's between 3 songs. I'm breaking the rule. It's either
you are breaking the rule right now.
Take It Easy from the Eagles, or Lion Eyes from the Eagles, or A Song from You from Leon Russell. It's one of those 3.
All right. I will allow it.
It depends on if I am happy at the time. If I'm happy at the time, we're rocking Take It Easy. But if I'm depressed, we're all going to die. We're going to rock with Lion Eyes or A Song for You.
All right.
Roy's turn.
Dude, oh man.
He's still scrolling. He's never going to get to the song. 5 minutes will be up and he'll still be scrolling.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that Oasis song? Don't look back in anger. That's
a fantastic one. Yeah.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to see Liam Gallagher in a month. I'm so excited.
No way. I want to see him live so bad. He's such a dickhead, but I would love to see him live.
So he just, I just watched the documentary. It was like a live recording of him recording his album with his sons and stuff, like just going to pubs and recording in the barn. And I was just like, I fucking love this guy. He's such a dick. But even his full documentary, just where he does shit on Noel and like he's hanging out with his mom and he's like, yeah, Noel hasn't been back to the fucking house in 15 years because I still come and see mom every day. And like, I'm like, yeah, okay, so maybe Noel is the bigger of the assholes.
Yeah, they're both dicks, but
yeah,
I find Liam funnier, but Noel a little bit more sincere in interviews at least. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Well, listen, my favorite thing ever about that, and I think it will always be one of my favorite moments in rock and roll history, is Oasis Unplugged, Liam not singing, sitting in a booth, heckling Noel on stage.
That's, yes.
It's like the greatest, like, I don't think it ever gets talked enough about in music lore, about something that happened. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing that it happened and they still recorded the Unplugged album that way.
Yeah, they were just like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Greatest feud in history.
Wait, did you get your pick?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, no, the meteor already crashed. We're 5 minutes. We're gone. We're dead.
All right, I was playing Wind Guide You by Jeremy Soule.
All right.
It's like the third to last song on the Skyrim album.
Oh, okay. On Skyrim soundtrack.
Dude, when the cello comes in at the very end, it has this like I want to go lights out to that place right there.
All right, how about for the type of music you guys create, people will judge you by being like, okay, this is what they play, so this is what they like. But what type of music do you listen to that people would be really surprised to find out is like you get some fun on, like you get going, like, you know, you get your dance on sometimes maybe?
That's a great question. Roy's probably got an answer before I do.
I mean, I listen to like movie scores and game scores all the time, and I tend to lean more towards the what's the right word for this? Like sadder type music, I guess, which I don't know, could be kind of weird, but
I don't think it's weird. I can listen to sad music even when I'm happy. Like,
dude, I'm the same way, man. And like The Annihilation. I don't know if you've seen that movie with Natalie Portman.
Banger.
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you should watch that movie.
Yeah.
You should listen, just for the music, it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not even joking, but like at the end, there's a song called the song on the album is called Alien, or The Alien, I think is what it's called, and it's just like the trippiest song you could possibly listen to. It's all just like kind of noise, but it is when you got a great sound system in your car and you're driving, and the huge subs come on, and it's like whoop whoop whoop. It's crazy. So that's probably nobody would think I would listen to that song.
Is that? I think not Nine Inch Nails guy did that, right? No.
The Annihilation album?
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Because he's been Trent Reznor.
Reznor?
Yeah, he's been doing some movie soundtracks, but I don't think he did that one.
I don't think he did. It was, Salisbury.
I don't know.
Ben Salisbury.
Shout out our boy Ben.
Yeah. Killer soundtrack.
If I was gonna say a genre that people wouldn't expect, I love 90s hip hop. I love like MF Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I love like early Gorillaz. I love like Pharoah Monk's awesome. I love early Jay-Z. But I also love like it depends on the pop music, but like I love Borns. Don't cancel me for saying that because he got canceled. But I love Born, like that kind of pop music's great. I love Dua Lipa.
Listen, Born's first album was fucking insane.
First album is amazing. Oh my god,
it's insane. And yeah, got canceled, but that fucking album, it's one of those things. Listen, Michael Jackson's still getting played on the radio, so let's not talk about people getting fucking canceled for stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like listen, the music's still there. You can listen to it. And just because I like the music just means my ears work. Doesn't mean I support what the fucking person is doing or saying.
Exactly. But yeah, like I'd probably say, 90s hip hop. I like some, like, I like the modern country that's more like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like
with Tyler
Childers, Nathaniel Rateliff, like those guys. I don't even know.
So that, okay. Because when you said, the way you said country, modern country, I was like, bubblegum pop country. I'm like, no, I'm out. But like, yeah, Nathaniel Rateliff, it's Americana. It falls in that Americana now.
Yeah, like him. Like I don't know if you leave Vollebeck.
Dude, he's fantastic.
I love that man. But he's like that same kind of like Americana vibe. It's like stuff like that. What's his name? Oh, he's like a country guy. He has an anime music video. They show you that?
Oh my god, why am I blanking?
He was on Joe Rogan, and I was like, "Why are you on Joe Rogan, bro?"
He played with Post Malone. Yeah,
yes.
he produced Tyler Childers' album. What's his
He's gonna look it up. He's gonna look it up. But yeah, mostly that kind of stuff. I just like I like everything really. The only thing I like you just mentioned, I can't listen to Bubblegum Country. Sturgill Simpson. That's the thing.
Can't believe I forgot that name.
But yeah, bubblegum pop, I just can't do. It just every song sounds the same. I can't tell the difference between any of them.
Most of them can't sing a lick.
They can't sing. The musicians like in Nashville are badass, but they all just play the same thing, so it doesn't really pop to me. But yeah, I'll pretty much listen to anything else really.
All right.
I think we all listen to pretty much everything out there, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a wide array, and it's the only thing you won't find in my collection is bubblegum pop country. That's
yeah.
But you'll find everything from blues to classical to film scores to punk rock to emo to metal because everything's got a place in my ears. Yeah. All right. Well, we're coming in on our time clock here. So before we move into our final segment of the show, which is our weekly threes. It's 3 things you're listening to that you want people to check out. I want to give you guys the opportunity right now to throw out your handles, tell people how to follow you, how to find everything you're doing, and keep up with everything that Vision Arcade is going to be doing in the future.
Yeah. This year we're going to have hopefully a very, very busy year. In 2022, we spent basically the whole year writing and recording a full-length project that we've slowly been putting out over the last few months. We started last year with Youthful Heart, and we've just been kind of releasing it slowly so that we can reach as many people as possible. So we have a lot of music coming out this year, basically a full album's worth, and we're really, really excited to share as much as you can with people. But we can be found anything under Vision Arcade, at Vision Arcade on pretty much everything, including music and socials and stuff. So we're really freaking excited for 2024.
Nice. All right. Well, we're in our final segment. It is our weekly 3 segment. It's 3 things that you're listening to right now that you would like people to check out. You give me your 3s, and then I give you my 3.
Are we doing 3 each?
Yeah.
Or
No, we got 2 people, so you might as well.
Each.
All right, Rory, you go first.
All right. So I'm going to tell everybody, check out Coulter Wall, because the dude is fantastic. I'm going to say Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Oh,
Nice.
Banger pick.
Dude, that new song, Drop, Stop, and Roll.
It's awesome.
So good. And then number 3, I'm going to say, I want to throw it back a little bit. I'm going to say Jim Croce. Croce?
Yeah,
Jim Croce.
Coach.
I've been listening to him a lot. So if you haven't checked out Jim Croce, I know he's been around or not around for a long time now. But
Yeah.
Meaner than a junkyard dog. Yeah. He's so sick. Those are good picks. My 3 would probably, I'll start with my Swedish boys, Viagra Boys. I can't stop listening to them. I found about them from Josh Homme, who's a Stone Age, on a podcast. And their most recent record is Back to Front, stellar. And they're actually probably the top of the list of my live bands that I want to see. So I'm going to say them. I'm going to say I just found this band 2 days ago called Young Fathers. They're like I don't even know what part of the UK they're from, but they have the thickest accents I've ever heard in my life.
They do have a very thick brogue.
Yeah, and I found their new record. Or I don't know how new it is. Actually, let me look. Yeah, it came out last year.
Yeah,
and I've listened to that, and it's awesome. And then for my 3rd recommendation, if people don't know this band, me and Rory used to listen to them all the time. I just got back into them. A band called Rat-a-tat. They're a 2-piece bass and guitar electronic band. And their music is so sick. It's like electronic meets guitar. It's like very tasteful guitar mixed with electronic music. It's super, super cool. So that would be my 3.
nice. Good threes. All right, my 3s for this week. My first one is a band called Rest, but it's WREST.
Okay.
The name of the album is Bedtime Rhymes. They're a Scottish rock band, and I would say if you like Frightened Rabbit or Biffy Clyro, it's kind of a mix of both.
Oh, sick.
The next one is a band called Pavid Vermin. Their name of the album is Dumpster Diving. They're from Rhode Island. If it's like old school fuzzy punk rock.
Hell yeah. I like the name, Pavid Vermin.
That's crazy.
And the last band I have for this week is a band called Swedish Wrestling. The name of the EP is Wrestling Life Since '93. And they're a Swedish rock band, if you couldn't tell from Swedish Wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Swedish Wrestling.
That's sick.
But those are my 3 for this week that I've been jamming on that I'd love people to check out because it's worth it. It's worth your time.
Yeah, I'll definitely check them out. I like band names alone. I'm sold.
Yeah. But Rory, Max, first thing I want to say before we get out of here is thank you for your contribution to the music community with the music you've created. It's absolutely amazing. I'm in love with it. Falling more in love with you guys that we get to sit here and talk and learn about each other. I think it's brilliant. I know there's going to be awesome things to come for you guys because you're talented and what you're doing is making a difference. Whether or not someone has an opportunity to tell you, I'm going to tell you for everyone to keep doing what you're doing because it's pretty fucking awesome. And I can't wait to watch awesome things come your way.
Dude, thank you for saying that.
Thank you so
For real.
much, man. And thank you for doing what you do and spreading the love of music, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, everybody, you know what time it is now. It's time to go out, listen to Vision Arcade, and have a great fucking time.
Stay just a little longer, oh, 'cause I need another, yes, I need another drink. Or you'll come crawling back to me when I found another, so show me just what you mean when you say that you need me. Show me there's somebody that will show me some compassion. I said no, no, I don't need you now. No, no, I feel it running through my heart. Oh, my heart. I'm seeing stars in empty spaces when I see a lover, when I see a lover. Oh, I'm laying blind and broken bottles when I drink another, yes, I drink another. Oh, you got me in my mind and I can't find an exit. You got me high and dry, and I hope that you faked it all. I said no, no, I don't need you now. No, no, I feel it running through my heart. I said no, no, I don't need you now. No, no, I feel it running through my heart. Oh, my heart.
Thanks again for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HiddenTracks99. Also, send all your submissions myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Tune in next week. You may find your new favorite band. And don't forget to go out and have a great fucking time.